Hello and welcome in, guys. We are playing some ranked Pokemon Scarlet version today. So as you can see, the team I'm currently running on this is I have Talonflame and Urshifu as a startup, so I can set up Tailwind and get a detect off. That way they will waste at least a move on Urshifu there. Now following that, I also have Rillaboom and Miraidon. So what I first do is I go to set up Tailwind. They use Fake Out to counteract that. Now it's a little bit annoying, so this one I didn't really have too much problem with because what I have set up here is a Rocky Helmet, Flame Body, Talonflame. So this works really well because I get a double damage stack to start off with, and I also reduce any of their main attackers' attack. Now, as you can see, they use Breaking Swipe here, which saved Urshifu by having that detect. Flame Body also then weakens that Koraidon, so even though we're in that Orichalcum Pulse, he's not really going to be doing too much damage after this. So that means even if I change out to something, let's say like a Miraidon at this point, I'm not too worried that I'll get knocked out by a Breaking Swipe. And even if Tinkatonk chucks out like a Fairy move, it's not really going to do too much. So this was a really good start. In that regard, I still set up Tailwind. And here they have a couple of moves they could do. I thought he was going to go for a Breaking Swipe again and I would probably lose Talonflame or something. But it sort of worked in my benefit. So you'll see here, I had the wrong moveset on, what's it called? My Urshifu. So I hadn't even set up Urshifu for competition yet. I just chucked him in there randomly. He was running a Bulk Up. I just changed his moveset, so my brain sort of frazzled over it. Bulk Up, Swords Dance, Detect, and a Surging Strike. So Surging Strikes was the only offensive move I had here. I should have had something like Close Combat or something, but I did not have that here. So he goes for a Protect there, which suits really well because I'm able to get Tailwind off and not really have to worry about trying to knock him out. Ogerpon comes in, I get a Surging Strike off. Now, the biggest issue with the Surging Strike here is that the sunlight is still bright, so water moves are going to be reduced in offensive manner. So this is where it would have been better to have something like Close Combat, but I hadn't actually changed the moves over. As I said, I had recently swapped it from Pokemon Sword, and I completely forgot about it. I hadn't even thought about running it in a team. I just thought I'd chuck it in for some just fun on this. I just wanted to have a play around with the mechanic of being able to hit through Detect and Protect and see if I could set something up. Now, here I go for Acrobatics. Doesn't do much damage. I'm guessing he has something to boost his defense on here. And considering he is now offensively useless, the Koraidon, I sort of wasn't too worried about him. My main point was to get Ogerpon out. Now, they go for a Breaking Swipe here. It does barely any damage, which proves the point I said before, that if I switched into something like a Miraidon, I would be fine. The Rocky Helmet, once again, chips a little bit away. Ivy Cudgel here, which is a Rock type because he is Stone Mask. Ogerpon takes out my Talonflame. So there goes my Tailwind setup. So normally I either run a double Tailwind setup or I do something like this where I have an ability to switch out. And you're about to see I sort of mess that up, but don't. Now, I bring in... who did I bring in here? I do bring in Rillaboom. Reason why I brought in Rillaboom here is he does have a very effective moveset that I can change in and out of. Now, what I wanted to do here was basically get rid of that Ogerpon because he was going to be quite a threat if I brought in Miraidon anytime soon. So basically I can switch into a U-turn and then go Surging Strikes over onto Koraidon. So that way if he used Protect... I went Surging Strikes just to make sure. Luckily, he used a Follow Me move, so that's pretty good, actually. It worked so much more into my benefit than I thought it would, because he sort of just wasted a move off there rather than trying to get an attack off, whether he had a priority move or not. Now, I get to then swap into Miraidon, really effective here. So originally I was worried about a Breaking Swipe or something, or a Dragon type move. And this is where he really messes up because he goes into a Flare Blitz, so he loses some health and does basically 0 damage while running because of the burn already. Surging Strike brings him right down. Now, here I had 2 methods to do some form of damage. Now, he goes in for the Flare Blitz, easy hit to tank. Now, I didn't know what he had as his last Pokemon. He's already seen my full set, so he could have something that... I think he had Terrapagos, he had Ursaluna, and something else that he had as like a swap-in. So I wasn't sure what his fourth Pokemon was going to be. No matter what it was going to be an easy ride from here. Koraidon's nearly dead. His Tinkaton is completely useless because he is burnt. He doesn't have anything to heal it from what I know. But that's where it makes it a lot easier anyway. So here I'm just going through thinking of what I'm going to run. He runs a Terrapagos straight in. So easy thing to do here is I thought he was genuinely going to quit, because a lot of people like get to this point and they just like quit it. I have a look. I wanted to do like a I go for Dazzling Gleam here if I'm... Yeah, I do. I go Dazzling Gleam and I go Terastallization. Here I just get Surging Strikes to get started on Terrapagos' health, because I know that first turn he can basically nullify any of the damage that I'm wanting to basically get off. Now, the good thing here is that he still has the sun up, so I'm not really wasting the move per se. He chucks out a Protect, which is fine, because I'm pretty sure he thought I was going to go in for like an Electro Drift or something else. Which was all good. I'm not too stressed about that. Now, I went for a Dazzling Gleam to start off with because I wanted to see if I could get double damage. Any extra damage would have been great. Surging Strike. He has his matchup Distortion here, which is fine. He wastes that pretty early on, which leaves me into a better position. I get these critical hits to start off with. And now this is where Urshifu can start being somewhat effective again, even though I don't have the right move set up for him. And I actually hadn't EV or IV trained this Urshifu at all, if I remember correctly. He has amazing stats, but I'm pretty sure it's all in the wrong ones. So I'm going to have to get like a Reset Mochi or something. Now here is where I realized I messed up, but it actually worked into my benefit. So I have Choice Specs on, which obviously boosts special attack. I wanted to Volt Switch out. I forgot that I'd already used Dazzling Gleam. So my next best bet was basically to switch out into Rillaboom. I could have tried. I was considering doing the Dazzling Gleam. The biggest issue with that was it wasn't going to do too much damage. And I was also worried that his Terrapagos had a ground type move. And going into Miraidon, that would do a hefty amount of damage. He has no status setups or anything like that. So what I thought to do here, switch out to Rillaboom. He's a good counter to both. Steel doesn't really do much to grass. Earth doesn't do much to the grass. So no matter like how I targeted here, it was going to be like a very easy setup, easy win. Unless he somehow chose Flamethrower to attack. Honestly, it could be a move. If it was like, I think a higher level player, he probably would have set something like that up. But I come in, I bring in the Grassy Terrain. He gets rid of the Grassy Terrain, which is fine. Means Grassy Slide is not as useful at this point. In saying that though, this is pretty much a runaway win. The reason why I say this, Terrapagos can do a lot of damage, but the build-up he has to get done is not there. If I really wanted to, I could have probably taken his Terrapagos out this round or even next. He goes Fake Out to assault my Rillaboom, which is fine. What he doesn't realize is I'm wanting to wean down that Tinkaton there, and I'm doing quite an effective move of it. Basically by ensuring that I'm targeting that Tinkaton first. That way, there's no more Fake Outs, no more like second damages that he can get in. Earth Power goes straight into Rillaboom. He takes it. Good thing is that's where that Fake Out was sort of wasted on him. So he doesn't get an attack off. Tinkaton is literally one hit away, like one set of moves away. So I go straight into High Horsepower to get rid of Tinkaton just to double check. Do it. No, actually, no, I went Grassy Slide. That's right. I wanted to get the attack off first. Here, I just went Surging Strikes. That Tinkaton had to get out. The reason why is I just basically wanted to double, like, tag team his final Terrapagos. And the easy thing is I can literally just get an Electro Drift off here when I bring out my Miraidon. As he's deciding his moves, I was like 50-50 that literally Fake Tears does nothing here at this point. I didn't expect him to like come up with anything too crazy, so he has affected my stats there. But the good thing about that is there goes Tinkaton, and then basically it's just a 3v1 Terapagos, as good as it is, he has not used it effectively. He tried to get off that Earth Power, which was a waste on my Miraidon with the swap out. If I'd had Volt Switch, it would have been good because I could have got some damage off, but that's fine. I still did an effective trade to trade into that Earth Power and saved my Terastallized Pokemon here. Now, for this final bit, as you can see, I didn't know what he had attached till it was like their Energy Root. Fine, he had his charge up. Got rid of Rillaboom, but there was nothing he could do here because the moment I come out into Miraidon, Electro Drift just wipes him out. So yeah, it was a pretty good match. Honestly, I wasn't too worried about it. It was pretty quick. I've had like a couple. I've noticed a lot of people are running Terapagos, so I'm basically just countering it, waiting for them to draw out the match a little bit, waste their defensive stat on a weaker move, and just dismantle the rest of their team. Talonflame comes in really good with his flame body. It just stunts all of their main attackers, physical attackers. That way I can change into Miraidon freely and use things like U-turn and Volt Switch. But guys, I would like to say thank you for joining.